So yeah, we finished our topics. So what are we gonna do? Are we just gonna end
No,
it?
no.
And today we're gonna talk about fuck. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Nonversations. Thank you so much for tuning in, and my name is Abdul and you're joined by Jason and Shavi as always. Today we're going to talk about gaming. We're going to talk about the PS5, we're going to talk about the Xbox, we're going to compare the two, which is a better console, and we're going to talk about a gamer who made we're talking about a gamer who made $30 million on a single deal and got away with it. Maybe. But before we start, I want to say that I would like to appreciate all the people that supported us the past 2 weeks. It has been amazing, and we are so excited because this is only the beginning. And I honestly think that we can take this really far. So bear with us, and let's dive straight in to the conversation. Shall we tell me why? Let's start one by one. Let's talk about let's talk Shavi first, and why you pick the Xbox over the PS5 if you do.
I'm an Xbox fanboy. That's all. That's my argument. No, but I don't know. So at a glance, the specs look good, but then again, I'm not the best when it comes to specs. I just recently got into the whole, actual specs, like reading about it and comparing and all that before. Like if you took the Xbox One and the PS4, I got it because I preferred the 360 to the PS3. And I felt like a lot more of us had the 360 compared to the PS3. But then I decided by the Xbox One, and suddenly everyone had the PS4. So my the Xbox One is now in a cupboard, just collecting dust. Still haven't sold it.
But not gonna lie, the Xbox One looked pretty sick. I have to give you that. Even the what do you call the design, like the theme, what do you call the in-game sort of
interface.
My bad. The interface I think looked pretty fucking clean.
I think the Xbox itself looks pretty cool as well. It looks very simple compared to.
It's a more minimalistic, modern look, compared to.
You're talking about the new one.
I think both, but yeah, even when it comes to new ones, the PS5 is more of a out there. Look, people are saying it's a router, but I guess they're looking for more futuristic look, whereas the Series X is also futuristic, but more
simple,
like a minimalistic, with a minimalistic approach.
Don't you think it's funny that Sony has been trying to get us to stand the PS4 upright ever since they released it, and finally they found a way to get us to stand PS5 upright. It looks like a tower. Like if you put it sideways, it would look super weird, I think.
But I don't think they have designed it properly enough to be standing, because even the PS5 and all the engravings on it they don't turn as well. No, it's still going to be horizontal. And for me, that messed with me a lot because I have that OCD.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Also, unrelated, there's an Xbox One for sale. Hit me up if anyone's interested.
You have to drop the price, bro. You have to drop the price considering everything's.
It's
price it at the freaking Xbox Series X price, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So those are, dude. This is like day one Xbox One. Like you don't get this shit anymore.
It's a fresh console.
Yeah, and the first day I bought it, I blew the fuse also. So how often can you say that?
That made when you messed up. You messed up when you bought the Xbox when everyone else bought the PS4.
Dude, I bought it first. So how can it be my mistake? Everyone's like,
That
oh,
is
yeah,
a
let's
good
get
point.
the Xbox,
That is a good
dude.
point.
Yo, fuck, it looks damn nice. Suddenly, everyone has a PS4. I'm left in the dust. But then, you can't
No,
depend on your friends all the time.
but talking about the new consoles, the Series X and the PS5, I think the Xbox looks really good. I think I love the look so much.
Exactly.
I feel like
It's a
the
lot more
PS,
clean, no?
yeah, I think the PS5, it's like they tried a little too hard maybe. Because even the PS4, I mean I like the look of it,
Yeah,
but PS5 is just a little extra. I think they would have
I
maybe
really
toned it
like
down
it.
a
I
bit.
like both, to be
but it sort of
honest.
reminds you of doesn't it sort of remind you of the Cybertruck?
That they're going for a very out there look to kind of build up as a way of marketing, I guess. No, it's like what MKBHD was all saying was that it was so the design for the Cybertruck was so out there that it basically marketed itself through memes and shit.
Through memes and shit. That is true. I don't know how well it sold though. Let's check this out actually.
So who
That's
the
actually
hell is MKBHD? Man?
Oh,
You
dude,
have
what the fuck
lost.
is this shit?
Marcus Brownlee,
He's
the
called
guy who reviews phones and shit.
MKBHD. No, I know who he is, but why do you call him MKBHD?
So isn't his channel MKBHD?
His channel is NKBHD.
Oh shit! I
Not
did not know
PhD,
that.
yeah. It's BHD, no?
It's
Like,
PhD, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, bro. I didn't think I met anyone who didn't know who he was because I thought he was like or maybe I'm just
No,
in
no,
tech.
I knew who he was. I just didn't know that he was called MKBHD.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I mean, who the hell would say MKBHD over Marcus Brownlee?
I mean,
I know
like
some
other
names
tech
like
YouTubers have been doing that, I guess.
uh,
But
all
yeah,
this.
speaking about all this stuff, like, what do you think about the exclusive games for the PS4? I mean, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Like,
Yeah,
I think
bro.
the Xbox has like Gears of War, Halo, all that good stuff, and the PS5 has the Spider-Man and all that good stuff as well.
Yeah, I think they did a better job, Sony, in picking up some of the top games. I guess some of these games are previously exclusive for the PS4. I think the Spider-Man was exclusive for the PS4. But
Sony as a whole, I think, not just the PS5.
oh yeah,
No, in the sense it was like only to the PS4, but now it'll be there for the PS5 as well, ne? Is what you're trying to say.
yeah, that's also there. But no, like the whole point being that they picked up a bunch of good games and like more popular, I think, to the general audience. Like Gran Turismo 7, they have Ratchet and Clank, they have Horizon, the next game in the series.
It looks beautiful, dude. I think when it comes to exclusive games, PS4 or PS5 wins without a doubt. Like I love Halo and shit, but like Hellblade, I haven't really played, and like it's like Halo versus Horizon Zero Dawn. Sorry, not Zero Dawn. What's the new one called?
Forbidden West is what
Forbidden
it is.
West and Spider-Man and bunch of Ratchet and Clank. Even Ratchet, I have never played Ratchet and Clank, but it looks really good. So exclusivity wise, I think the PS5 wins without a doubt.
What about the controller, bro? What are your thoughts about the controller?
Oh, that PS5 control looks sick, dude. I don't think the Xbox control had a huge change it compared to the old
Is it
Xbox.
out? I don't even know
Yeah,
if it's out.
I'm looking at it right now and it looks exactly the same. I'm hoping it's not the old controller put beside the Xbox Series X. Doesn't make any sense.
No, I mean, I think they released it as well with the whole unveiling thing they did.
Yeah. I
But
think it's
the
basically the same thing.
the PS5 controller is next level. It looks pretty classy, man.
Yeah, that
Exactly,
is true.
exactly. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
I was saying Jason also that because now I use an Xbox One controller when I like play a few games on PC. Like low key feel like I might get the PS5 controller, like because it looks that good. Whereas before I always preferred the Xbox controller because there's nothing wrong with the Xbox One controller, but it's just that the PS5 one looks so much better. Could get
I mean,
really dirty though.
uh,
Right?
doesn't the PS5 controller sort of look like the Xbox One controller? Like the size
It
and the
does, no?
bulkiness of it.
It
Yeah,
has
I
a
think
sleek look.
yeah.
But if they drop the whole thing in black, the PS5, like the
They
white looks
should, to be
nice too.
honest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll drop a black version also. But if they do, dude, I think that'll be like a killer because I think that's one thing that people are iffy about. The color also,
Yeah.
standing out so much.
Yeah, no. So speaking about the whole Xbox PS5 thing, what do you guys think about the estimated prices that they might put out on them? I heard it's going to be between 400 and 450, but then again, it's not confirmed yet.
Yeah, I
I think
think
that's fair.
Shavi said before that they're sort of competing for who puts the price out first, so they can beat it. Yeah, certainly. But I
It would
honestly,
make sense, no?
yeah, it makes a lot of sense, bro. I don't think as of today, as of this podcast, they have revealed the price yet. But
Unfortunately.
yeah, they probably will soon, and it'll probably be a very close matchup around the 500 mark.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
it's
I was
tough
just
to say,
checking
bro.
the prices.
Yeah.
400 US dollars alone is 75K in Sri Lanka. 500 is about 93.
But
So that's a lot.
you gotta think about it, like, because consoles usually last a really long time. Even if you get the day
Yeah,
one console,
Yeah.
chances are the average person is not gonna really upgrade it until the next gen console comes. You get how the PS4 got the PS4's some other versions and
Slim
stuff.
and the Pro.
Slim and Pro, like you get those, but the average person is not going to upgrade then, so then you'll probably have the console for like 7 years. So $500 over 7 years is a pretty good investment, I think,
Oh,
especially
that
compared to
makes
PC.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
However, then if you take into account the prices of the games and all, it's technically a investment greater than 500 USD. Think about it, because Sri Lanka game is like between 8,500 10,000 bucks, like a new game,
Yeah, that's
unless
also
you get it like second hand off some website.
Dude, you guys
But
are
then
making good
that's
points,
how
dude. Shit.
but
You guys are making good points, I just realized.
no, but then that happens with PC as well, no? The
Yeah.
thing with consoles is obviously that it's cheaper to get into gaming because you get, especially now, I think it's a lot closer to PC gaming than because you got ray tracing. I think ray tracing is there on both consoles.
Define ray tracing for the average person.
I'm probably gonna butcher this, and everyone who's an expert will probably hate me for it. But so basically, in ray tracing, it actually creates light beams, whereas before, I think what graphics did was have like a light source and have some other system in order to make light. But now they actually have singular rays, like each light beam is a single ray that goes and bounces off surfaces depending on what that surface is. So if it's metal, it'll bounce off more so that you get a reflection and stuff. So it's basically more realistic lighting, far more realistic lighting. Like if you Google the Minecraft with ray tracing, dude, it's night and day how good it looks compared with the different lighting systems. So, and I think in addition to that, the consoles are pretty future proof if you think about it, because they have 8K support. So you like once 8K becomes the standard, it's not going to be like, oh shit, I need to buy a new console, because you already have the console that supports it. So yeah, like it's a good investment in my opinion. If
How
you have
long
the
do you,
cash.
how long do you think these companies are looking to keep their consoles for?
Yeah, I think so far I think it's been like every 8-ish years that they release a new console.
It looks like it.
Obviously
Maybe
you don't want it to.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I know. So obviously you don't want it to last too long as well, because these, like, obviously once you buy a console and you don't need to buy another console for 20 years, companies are not going to make money. That's the same reason you don't get light bulbs that last forever. Because
Right.
people want you to buy light bulbs.
Fair enough. Then maybe like
never thought of
same, maybe the same amount of time. Then maybe looking for another 8 years, the sick ass console.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, dude, why don't they make light bulbs that last forever? Like, isn't that possible?
Simple answer, dude. They want to buy more light bulbs. You're telling me in all these years since freaking Edison has made light bulbs that they haven't thought of like immortal light bulbs.
I know about that shit. Like, mind-boggling, dude. I never thought about it.
That is insane.
So yeah, like, I don't know. I personally, if I had to choose between the Xbox and the PS5, I would have chosen the PS5. I think. What would you guys have chosen, Shavi?
I feel like now anyway it's more of like a loyalty thing rather than, because like both consoles are obviously really good, no? It just comes down to which company you prefer at this point. Like before there was always I think a spec difference that you could debate on. But now they're as close as you can get. It's kind of like with Apple and Android as well. It's just a matter of preference now. And I personally prefer the Xbox. Abdul?
I think it's a bit of a tough call for me because I feel really inclined to choose the Xbox because I really like how it looks and the fact that the specs are slightly better when I checked last. It looked pretty intense, but I wanted to get it just because of how clean the interface looks and shit. But you can't beat the sort of games and the options you have, the games that are exclusive to the PS5. So that is the big, deciding factor for me, and that is why I would choose the PS5.
Have you guys heard about the whole Mixer Ninja 30 million fucking getaway he just pulled off?
It's the actual money heist, man. Screw the shit on Netflix.
Wow, that was intense,
He
bro.
pulled off a big one, dude. 30 million US dollars is no joke, dude.
Intense, dude. Does he only stream Fortnite? I don't know much about him, but I did see that, I saw some article talking about how this kid who streams Fortnite makes $30 million in a single deal. It's like headline material topic. But
30 million, holy shit.
That's a lot of money for a single deal. It beats a lot of sports stars also. Like the NBA also beats them easily. Like some of the players easily.
If you think about it, dude, like at the moment, I mean, because I don't know, for me and Shavi, I guess, I don't think it sounds as crazy as I think it sounds for you, Abdul. I mean, you don't game as much as we do, yeah.
Right.
So like, when you hear people in the gaming industry pulling off like huge stuff like this, where like for example something like this where someone like Ninja gets 30 million, or for example freaking Booga when he won the Fortnite World Cup making 3 million off of a gaming tournament, that must sound crazy to like an average person, not an
Oh yeah,
average
if
gamer.
if if you're not a gamer, yeah, that makes sense to it, and I think it's pretty sick how you can make money doing the things that you love. It's a bit crazy because I feel like the previous gen always sort of stick to a single pathway to success, and I think that there are a ton of ways you can create success right now with technology and even people doing things that they love. Especially gaming. I find it like very interesting because I really enjoy it. I mean, who doesn't? But
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool, especially when it comes to gaming, that you can make a ton of money out of it. Even when it comes to sports, it's pretty insane.
I guess at the end of the day, it comes down to how much you actually care about what you do and the amount of effort you put into it, I guess. Because if you're doing something for the sake of doing it and it's your job at the same time, are you actually a winner in the end if you actually make money as well, but you don't
Yeah.
enjoy doing what you do?
If it's a lot of money, yeah.
Really, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like there's a balance. Like there's like this equilibrium that you have to reach. Like if it's super boring, but you get like a insane amount of money, I wouldn't mind doing it because I'm getting money. But there's also the fact, obviously, if it's super boring, I don't want to do it for like 20 years. But yeah, that's a balance. Yeah, basically there's a balance. So, but if it's kind of boring, but I'm getting a good amount of money that compensates for that, yeah, I really wouldn't care.
Man, I can't survive for I think at least a week if I don't enjoy my job. That's me, I guess.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
I
exactly. So it's
guess
different.
I guess it's tough. It's a tough call because I think like a lot of people, when they end up becoming rich, they always talk about how money is not the savior because we all look at money as if it's gonna save us. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
it
gonna
is
solve all your
true.
problem.
Yeah, exactly. It is true in a certain sense. It could solve a lot of your current problems, but also bring up a whole set of new problems and problems that we don't even sort of can pick up right now. That you can't even imagine the kind of problems you'll get
Like
when
first
you
world
have
problem.
money. Yeah, like this entirely different set of problems, and I think that's very interesting also.
Yeah,
It's just that like yeah, so it's basically how everything has its downsides, and having a lot of money, you just have to learn. Like people can be happy without money as well. That's because they learn to adapt to it. The keyword being adapt. Like when you have a lot of money, you adapt to having a lot of money, where you still manage to stay happy. Because the problem what happens is the people who think that money brings happiness, they will always work towards money, and eventually, even if they get the amount of money they want, they'll keep working for more. And that's where I think usually the problem starts, because then
Not
they keep
enough.
working, then they keep getting frustrated, they start doing weird, like, shady or bad stuff to try and get more, and it
the same
becomes
thing with gambling. Yeah.
the
You
same
make
thing
a little bit of
exactly.
money, you want more money, and then you might lose all your money, or you might double all the money you even started with.
It's just greed at the end of the day. You learn to control your greed. Everyone has greed. Like, I think it's a human thing, but a proper person will be able to deal with it and control it. That's where you learn that balance. Which brings us to the topic about how people, there are streamers who that's something that a lot of people would enjoy doing. But it's messed up when you think about it, that yeah, sure, Ninja got away with 30 mil, but you get a lot of other streamers that got pretty fucked when Mixer closed down. Like they
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the smaller.
it's definitely
Yeah,
there.
that's the downside. Like everyone's talking, I think now of course everyone's talking about the downside as well, but before it was all like, oh shit, Ninja got away with this much, Shroud got away with this much. But
like the smaller streamers more because I think they're building up their communities on Mix, and maybe they got to like a a healthy kind of stage. But after they closed down, I mean, I don't think Facebook gaming is as big as I think it is for people to move
Like,
on to that.
it's good for like Candy Crush tournaments and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know Facebook gaming was a thing until this whole thing as well. So, I mean, if I
Legit.
hadn't heard of it myself, pretty crazy.
I feel like an important thing we can take away out of this is that if you have a passion, if you have something you really enjoy, you should go for it, and you should try to sort of make that your main path, I guess. Because in this era, people can make money out of anything.
Yeah.
You know, the world's very digital right now, and you can do absolutely anything online. You can learn anything online, and uh, it seems pretty cool, you know, how things have changed over the past 10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And
The possibilities open up now compared to, especially like you still get the brown joke where people say, yeah, go be a doctor, go be an engineer. That's
yeah,
still
right.
there in our families as well to a certain extent. Now, of course, it's gone. But before it was always, Putu, you should be a doctor when you grow up. You should be an engineer when you grow up. But now, stuff, especially when it comes to entertainment, is looked at in a better light compared to what it was before. Like YouTube, for example, even as far as recently as maybe I don't know, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, wasn't considered a real job, but it most certainly is now. Like you can earn money. It's a different approach, obviously, because you're doing it on your own. You don't really have someone controlling you, so there's a different approach to it. But it's still very much a job that, like, working in an office or something. It's just
It requires a little more effort to start making an income from it, I guess.
exactly. It's like, with the office, you have proper pay, but then you have to learn to enjoy it. Whereas with streaming, you're already enjoying it, but you have to learn to monetize that enjoyment. That's where
Yeah, it's very
the
true.
difference comes in.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah, no, like Abdul was saying before, like, guess it's kind of like our parents are growing to accept it, or the older generation as a whole, I guess they're growing to accept the whole online money making process, work from home thing. But back then, dude, if like maybe 2 3 or maybe like 5 years ago, if I told my mom I want to work at home and make some money, she'd be like, get the fuck out of my house. I'm not going to stay at home after going to school for 2 years and going to uni and spending all that money.
Actually.
Yeah, I guess they're growing on it now, and the only way they could understand that you can make it online is if you actually show them proof that you actually made
Yeah, I mean,
something.
fair enough, no, like, because it's not something they grew up on. It's
Yeah,
completely new to them. We don't know what we will experience when we're older. We might have freaking virtual reality shit that we can't really get behind until we actually see it for ourselves.
yeah,
Because I remember when I was doing A level or something, I told Ammi and Abuchi that I want to become a nomad. I want to start a blog and travel the world. I'm gonna work as a salesman or something for like 3 years, save up money,
Yeah.
and then just travel and then make money while blogging or doing some shit. And then they freaked out, obviously. They're like, no, you can't do this. You got to study, go uni and all that. Fair enough. So that I realized that that's actually what I want to do. But you get people who want to actually do the whole nomad thing, but it's hard to convince their parents because it's a very new concept to them, which is also fair, all things considered. So, but speaking of streamers and people doing what they love and all that, that was a funny story. I think last week, maybe a little after we posted the first podcast, about a person who is suing Twitch for, hold up, I think 30 mil or something. 25 million. And for having attractive female streamers, because he can't stop masturbating when he sees them.
You're fucking joking, dude.
He's suing them over it because he's saying that when he sees them, he can't stop masturbating. And since he always uses a flashlight, and he can't every time he sees them, he has to masturbate, and that's causing him to injure himself.
Dude, that's fucking disgusting.
That's fucked.
Dude, how do you know this?
Because people were talking, dude, $25 fucking million. He's suing them.
How is that even allowed to be a thing, dude? Like, what the fuck?
I hide it, but then this one guy watch on YouTube. He was saying that this guy streams. He sues people quite frequently. It's like a chain sewer.
Is he like a lawyer?
No.
No.
But Loki has this issue where he constantly has lawsuits against big companies, and this guy's theory or whatever is that this fellow just wants attention and stuff.
Attention and money, dude. Speaking of money, that's how he makes money.
No, but he's not gonna win it, obviously. No, like, because he's like, so what he wants to be done is, that's a bug. But he wants all the female streamers to be banned, because otherwise he can't control himself. And he's given a list of like all he subscribed to over 700 female streamers.
Just
I
so
didn't
he
even
can
know
sue
that there were
them.
that many streamers.
That's intense, bro. I'm looking at the article now. It looks fucked, dude.
Yeah, right. And he's given a list of every single streamer, and he wants all of them banned. And he's complaining that there's no gender filter on Twitch. Like, he can't filter through genders, which is obviously dumb, because that's not something that you should be able to filter through. It's just supposed to be filtered through the actual topic and game or theme or whatever that's being streamed. It shouldn't matter who exactly is doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, that was my fun story for the day.
Yeah,
Shavi's mini story. That should be a segment, dude, where this guy brings up some fucked up story in every podcast. Dude, messed up, dude. I didn't expect that at all. So yeah, with that fucking awful story, I think that brings us to the end of episode 2.
Going on with the bang.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and we appreciate all the support we had so far. And the main thing is, we're doing what we enjoy, and we really enjoy, putting this up, and even the editing process, and just getting a collective audience. I think it's super interesting. Editing's a little fucked up, but but I think overall it's pretty interesting. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep doing this every single week, and I hope we see you next week.